Welcome back to today's daily movement. We're going to get started off with a 5-minute warm-up. It's going to be nice and easy, so go ahead and grab your clock or watch. We're going to get started. We're going to be doing 30-second stations. So let's go ahead and start our clock. First exercise is going to be a forward walking lunge step, alternating legs. 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're going to take a step forward, back knee touches the ground, then you're going to return your feet back underneath your hips, alternating legs. If a forward walking lunge step is too challenging or is an irritant for your knees, then you can always do a reverse lunge step. Take the leg back behind you, back knee touches the ground, and then I press back up to the starting position. We're just going for 30 seconds here, so if you're following along, you guys will move with me. We'll transition here into another exercise in a second, but we're just going to be doing alternating lunge steps for 30 seconds. Good, and switch. We're going to come to a plank position. We can do these off our toes or knees, alternating shoulder taps. So my right hand comes to my left shoulder, left hand comes to my right shoulder. If I want to modify, I can drop to my knees, push my hips forward slightly, and just 30 seconds, nice and easy, of these shoulder taps. So we're warming up our core as well as our shoulders here with this exercise. Good, about 5 more seconds here. Remember, you can do these off the toes or knees. We're gonna flip on over. I'm gonna go onto our backside, and we're just going to do glute bridges, nice and easy. Squeeze the butt, lift the hips, and then come back down. So we're making it easy today, 30 seconds of every exercise. We're gonna rotate through this again. We're gonna go again, like I said, for 5 minutes, continuously running clock, just nice and easy. The intention here is to warm our body up, do some movements to get some blood flow, get our heart rate up, and just get some movement into body parts that maybe if you've been sitting all day, this will help improve. Good, we're going to stand on up. And then back to the lunges. Like I said, you can do forward walking lunge steps or reverse lunge steps. If you can't get your knee to the floor, that's okay. You can always get as low as you can and then come back up. The knee to the floor is just a point of contact that I utilize as a coach to see if you're getting full range of motion, if you have the ability to. In this bottom position, I'm getting 90 degrees, so that allows me to see your body movement pattern. Good, about 5 more seconds here. Then we're going to switch back to those plank shoulder taps. Today's daily movement is going to be incorporated and focused around the core. Oops, a little longer. So plank shoulder tap, remember, hand to opposite shoulder. You can always modify to the knee. There is a little bit of shifting of weight. We want to think of pushing through our shoulder blades, trying to round our upper back, and I'm tucking my pelvis versus extending like that. So I'm tucking the pelvis and holding this position, engaging the core, warming up the core as I also warm up my shoulders, which are part of my core. Good, nice. Roll on over and back to the glute bridge. If you want to make this a little more challenging, then you could do 15 seconds of a single leg glute bridge, switch, 15 seconds of a single leg. So if you have your watch or clock, we're about 15 seconds right here. We're gonna have 15 more seconds. I like the glute bridge right now just to warm up both my hips and glutes and hamstrings, which are the back of the legs. Good. We're almost there, just nice and easy. Let's go ahead and come on up. And again, back to the lunge steps. Now remember, like I said, reverse lunge step is an alternative here. I personally like reverse lunges a little bit more. I feel like I'm pushing through my glute or my butt on the leg that is forward. So it allows me to access or utilize a little more of that muscle versus the quad. But again, both types of lunges are good for the body. Remember, if you can't get your knee to the floor, that's okay. We have about 5 more seconds. Then we're going back to the shoulder taps. So this is a follow along style video. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment below, and share with others to help others get moving. So same thing, left hand, right shoulder, right hand, left shoulder. Remember, modifications can be bringing your knees to the floor. You can also elevate your upper body or hands to a bench or a box or even the wall to make this a little bit easier. Good. 5 more seconds here. Then we'll switch to our glute bridges. 2, 1, and rotate. Remember, if we're doing single leg, I'll show you guys what it looks like. One leg is placed down, other leg is up in the air, and I'm pressing through my midfoot, keeping my hips square to the sky or ceiling. It's hard to talk and not breathe really heavy, so forgive me. Good, that's 15 seconds. We'll switch. 15 seconds right here. And we're opening the hips up, getting those hips as high as you can. 3, 2, 1, good. Last 30 seconds, back to the lunges. Remember, forward or reverse, getting as low as you can. Hands can be on your hips or by the side. If you want a little support, you can put your hands by your hips. You can kind of push your hands into your hips here. That will allow you to feel a little bit more comfortable or stable. So these daily movement workouts are designed to get you in and out of the gym. 20 to 30 minutes. We're trying to keep it short and sweet for you so you can get in and out and get to the rest of your day. Good, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Whew, that's today's warm up. Now let's get to today's mobility. We're not gonna use any equipment today. We're just gonna use our body. So the first one's gonna be a single leg forward fold. We're gonna come onto our sit bones. I'm gonna put my left leg forward. My right leg can come behind me, or I can tuck it in like so. And we're gonna do reps today. So I'm gonna walk forward as far as I can, and then I walk back. We're gonna do this 10 times. So I'm gonna walk forward as much as I can and walk back. If you can't walk your hands very far forward, then what I can do is I can grab my leg, pull myself down, and then release. Pull myself down, and then release. So that is another option. That should be about 8, 9, one more, and 10. So if you feel like you struggle with counting, the other option here is to set a timer, right? You can use your watch or clock, and you could do 30 seconds of this. Some people prefer having a time set, like a time priority aspect, where the time is set and I just continuously move through the movement or exercises for that time frame. And for purposes of this video, I'm going to utilize that today. If you're following along, you can do the 30 seconds or you can do the 10 reps and then wait for me, and we will finish around the same time frame. It's just easier for me to set the time and talk and discuss. All right, next exercise, we're gonna come to a butterfly, soles of the feet together, right? Same thing here, I can grab my toes and I can push my knees down for 3, 2, 1, then I'm gonna release, and we're gonna do that for 30 seconds. Push the knees down for 3, 2, 1, and then release. If it's hard, you can always extend your feet out in front of you, more of a diamond shape, same thing, push the knees down or pull yourself forward. The pushing the knees down will be harder with your feet further away from your groin, so make sure you note of that. Can't talk today, tongue twisters. It's been a long day, long week, and it's only, I don't even know, 12 o'clock maybe? Good. All right, so next one, we're gonna lay down on our belly. We are gonna have our hands underneath our chest, side to our chest. We're gonna press up into a seal position and then press down. Again, same thing, 30 seconds here, press up or 10 reps, and then come back down. You can modify by coming to a modified position with your elbows underneath your shoulders. Just go as low as you can and press yourself back up. So we're getting some extension of the spine. If you sit a lot or if you drive a lot, if you're in a forward rounded position on your computer or on your phone, this is a great exercise to open up your hips and belly, as well as get some extension to the back to fight all that flexion, meaning that rounding in your back. Good, we have about 2 more seconds. Awesome, next one we're gonna do a puppy dog. We're gonna have our knees underneath our hips, we're gonna walk our hands slightly outside our shoulders, and we're gonna drop our armpits and chest to the floor, and this is going to be dynamic. So it's saying, same thing, 30 seconds. I'm gonna rock to the left, put some pressure on the left arm, then I'm gonna rock to the right, put some pressure on the right arm. And I'm going to seesaw left to right, nice and easily. So this allows me to not only hold a static position, but I am constantly moving left to right. It's a little more of a dynamic stretch, but it still allows me to stay in this puppy dog position where I'm working on the thoracic mobility. Good, we're almost there. Rotating back and forth. Good, next one, we're just gonna come to a child's pose. Toes are together, knees apart in a V. We're gonna walk our arms forward. Then we're gonna bend at the elbows, bring our hands at the base of our head or palms together like a prayer position, like so, or touching the back of our neck. And I'm just gonna hold here for 30 seconds, and I'm gonna try to maintain this 30-second position here while I'm not looking at my clock. The purpose here is to open up your triceps and your lats. So I wanna inch my elbows away from my knees, and I wanna drive my elbows into the floor so I can constantly be pushing down, or I can again alternate. Left elbow for a couple seconds, right elbow for a couple seconds. That's about 30 seconds, almost there, 10 more seconds. Entropy, come here. She's meandering away. She likes to hang out here with me. Good, so come on up. Awesome. That's gonna wrap up today's mobility session. If you feel like you want a little bit more, you have more. If you want a little bit more and you have more time, feel free to go for another round. We're gonna grab a mat, and today's focus is gonna be a little bit more on core, exercising, some plank holds, as well as some other exercises. So we're gonna roll out our Rogue yoga mat here in a second. We'll get this set up, and we're gonna get started here in a minute. I'm just gonna talk to you guys a little about movements. So most of the movements are just going to be body weight exercises. And again, we're gonna be doing station rotations, meaning we're gonna do 3 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest, and we're gonna do that for 2 total rounds. So essentially 6 minutes, right? So it's 8 minutes, but 2 of those minutes are rest, so essentially 6 minutes. So the first exercise is going to be in a hollow position. Couple variations I'm gonna go over. So what I'd like for you guys to do, if you can, we're gonna be doing hollow rocks, where we're gonna rock from our butt to our shoulders. Now, if a hollow rock is not doable, we're gonna do a jackknife where I bring one knee in, or I bring my hands by my thighs, palms facing up, or I do a tuck. I can even hold on to my knees and rock in this position. But I wanna try to stay as smooth as I can from my hips to my shoulder blades or mid-back. So that's gonna be the first exercise. Second exercise is going to go straight into that single leg V-up, alternating legs. This is one of my favorite core exercises because we're isometrically using our abs to brace by also strengthening our hip flexors. People tend to have tight and weak hip flexors. It's a great exercise to isolate that one hip. So we're gonna extend from the hip, reach for our ankle or toes. I personally like to have my toes pointed. I have a slight bend in my knee. If you can keep it completely straight, great. If not, a modification is to bend the knee and go for your heel or your calf. Another modification is to bring your hands in front of you and just do a little mini crunch as I bring my one leg up. So be crunch, bend, crunch, bend. So my upper body comes up slightly, tucking my upper rib cage in my belly, but I'm also bringing that one leg up. So that's those variations for section 2, minute 2. So first minute, hollow rocks. Second minute, the single leg V-ups, right? The next minute, we're gonna flip on over and we're actually gonna target our backside and butt. So if you're looking to strengthen our butt and hamstrings, this is a great exercise that's going to allow you to do that with no equipment. So we're gonna do a Superman raise. Toes and heels together if possible, palms face each other, thumbs up. We're gonna squeeze, lift our entire body, and then come back down. You're trying to get as much of your body off the ground in the Superman raises. So like I said, today's focus is going to be body weight, no weight, and it's gonna be focused more around the core. Core is anywhere between your hips to your shoulders. So let's go ahead and get our clock set. We are gonna reset, and we are going to be doing our first exercise. So hollow rocks, again, I'll demo the modifications as we go along. 1 minute, you guys can take a break at any point if need be. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm gonna show some of the variations as we go along. Remember, this is the whole hollow rock. We're doing as many reps as we can in this 1 minute. Toes are pointed, arms are long, palms are facing each other. To modify, we can bring one knee in like a jackknife, either leg, doesn't matter, or palms by our side, palms facing up, that's another modification. Other modification is both knees in, kind of like a boat pose, but we're rocking from our hips to our shoulders. We're trying to keep everything tight while we do this. Another option, grab the knees and continue to rock. This is a little bit easier, but that helps you learn and feel that rounded position. You can always extend one leg on, one arm off, the other arm off. Go, we're about 40 seconds in, right? Don't be afraid to modify to any variation I just showed. You need to take a break, take a break. We have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and Inch became to join us. Good. 5-second break and straight into the next exercise, single leg V-up, alternating legs. Like I said, one of my favorite movements. You can modify, but like I said, by bending that knee even more. So bend the knee, reach for the heel. This is going to be spicy for your core, so these 2 back-to-back are a little challenging. Don't be afraid if you have to take a break, right? You're here, you're showing up, that's what counts. 23 seconds in. I did some working out earlier, so my core is a little smoked. So alternating legs. Remember, legs straight, legs bent. If you need to take a break, right? If you want to make it more challenging, go straight to V-ups, where both legs and both arms are coming up at the same time. V-ups are a little more challenging for me because my back. 10 more seconds. We get a break after this for the abs. And switch onto our belly and into those Superman raises. So we're giving the abdominals a slight break. Now we're focusing on the glutes, the hamstrings, and our spinal erectors. Lift the arms and legs at the same time, point the toes, palms face each other. Remember, we have a minute rest after this, and then we're going to do 1 more round. This is for anyone that is maybe newer to fitness or they're looking to get into fitness, right? We did nice and easy exercises. Everything's at your own pace. You can always take a break if need be. We have about 20 more seconds. So palms up, arms extended, lifting my legs as much as I can off the ground. If I keep my toes and heels together, I don't get as far as if I separate my legs and get even higher. But the goal here today is try to keep those legs touching toes and heels. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew, 1 minute rest. Then we have one more round. That is gonna get us a warm up, some mobility stretching, and a little workout in 20 minutes or under. And look who came to join us. So if you guys checked out my other videos, the other day NHB was hanging out with me. We did burpees. Well, I did burpees. She kind of did some burpees, but she joined in and she was a riot. You guys should check it out. The video is from the other day. Hi, I know, my goodness, so precious, so precious. She was getting all excited. I think she wanted to play and she thought I was playing with her, and she was a riot. She was like barking and like growling. You guys have to check it out. I know. Okay, go get your ball. All right, 15 seconds. Second and final round here. Again, going straight to the hollow rocks. You want to sit down, 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 down. I know. Down. Rah, 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 rah. Oh my goodness. Here we go. 5 seconds. Enshpi's going to hang out. She just wants those belly rubs. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. Straight to the hollow rocks. Second round. Come here. 2, 3. So we're going to essentially keep rocking from our hips to our shoulders or mid-back. Arms are straight. If we want to modify, you can even bring your hands here. The problem here with straight legs is that most of the body weight's going to pull you down. So you have to fight to go roll or to rock back. So you could always do one arm if you want, but I prefer arms back and then the jackknife. That's going to give you a little momentum to rock back and forth. Good. Readjust as need be. We have 30 more seconds. Remember, other variations after that jackknife is that tuck. The tuck can be a great way to hold this position, build that core strength. You can even grab the back of the knees, slowly release one arm, slowly release the other arm. What are you doing? Where's your ball? Oh, watch out. Sorry, I didn't even hit your face. Rah, 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 rah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Rah, rah, rah. Okay, next minute we're going to single leg V-ups. Ready, go. So single leg raises. Come on. Good. Good girl. And then I'm lifting my upper body as I lift my lower body. Notice that we just don't want to like lift our leg and go like this. That's only going to get our hip flexors, nothing really much of our abdominals. So lift upper body, reach for the ankle, calf, toe, alternating legs. Remember, you can always alternate to a V crunch, right? Or bring your hands by your side, little mini crunch and knee raise, crunch and knee raise. As you do that, you want to press your lower back into the floor. That's going to allow you to engage the lower abs versus just your upper abs. So think of tucking your pelvis as you lift the leg and you lift your arms. Good. 15 more seconds. Smoked core. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What are we doing? Good. And roll on over. Last minute. Oof. Arms extended, toes and heels together, and elevate your entire body up and down, up and down. If this is super challenging and you have a really hard time, you can separate the legs, lift both legs without your toe and heel touching like I'm demonstrating right here. This will allow you to get further up. Maybe you only have your belly or your groin or your base of your rib cage touching, but with your legs together, that does require a little more range of motion and openness of the hip and the front of the body. So if that's challenging, don't be afraid to modify. If you need to take a break, but really think of squeezing your butt cheeks to the top, squeezing the inner thighs together. This is great for the back side. Remember, your core is shoulders to your hips, not just your abs, it's your butt, your spinal erectors. 10 more seconds, as much as you can. Lift and squeeze, point the toes, reach the fingers, and rest. Woof. Little stretch here, hands by your shoulders, and then just press your hips into the ground, push away from your shoulders, chin to the sky. Push the chin forward, stretchy, stretchy. And then go ahead, similar to that child's pose, like we did earlier, toes together, knees apart, and then just walk those arms forward. This time, you're gonna kind of rock your hips left, right. So instead of left to right, like we did in the puppy dog in the warm-up, I want you to rock or that mobility, excuse me, rock left, right, creating a little space in those hip joints. Good. So that was today's workout. If you guys enjoyed this, please feel free to share with others. Hopefully you found it beneficial, and hopefully they find it beneficial and helpful. I'd appreciate any support by sharing, by commenting, and feeling like this is helpful and beneficial. Please comment below. Thank you guys again.